And welcome to part 2 here of the Ritz Crackers 250 in the Krispy Kreme series. Ready to get this one finished out here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And the Truck Series winner here at Atlanta, Tyson Aquino, leads the field in the number 33. He got off of the pit lane first. Number 42 behind him, Matt Montoya. Up to second place in the 42, Audra Baranowskis, Julius Anderson, and Reagan Whitlock, the top 5. 25 of Michael Anderson, the 14 of Josh Stenger, the number 1 of Brandon Gomez, the 13 of Ethan Thames, and rounding out the top 10, it's the number 44 of TJ Hanley. It's going to be 11, almost at 21, 11 laps to go in this race. Pace car is pulled off, and we're back to racing here in the Ritz Crackers 250. And already Matt Montoya, we have not mentioned him yet in this race. There he goes to the inside of the 33 for the lead. And Tyson Aquino is going to lose the lead to the number 42 here on lap 20 of 30. Number 19, Julius Anderson, looking to the inside there. And it looks like he's coming down, and these three guys must not have done a good job on their pit stops because all three of them are coming in. Aquino, Anderson, and whoever was taking the lead from there, that was the 19 of Julius Anderson. The 42 of Matt Montoya also coming down. So is the 0 of Bruno de Barros. The 48 is down. The 85 is down. A lot of those guys must not have taken fuel on their pit stop. It's a very interesting thing that happens here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. But tough break for those guys. Not doing too good on their pit stops. And that's probably why they got out front ahead of all these guys during that yellow flag cycle of pit stops. Number 2, Audra Baranowskis leading the field. Number 1, Brandon Gomez right behind her. Number 98 of Salmon Oskin. He's running in the 3rd position right now. Number 13's up here, Ethan Thames, looking to get to the inside of the 98. Number 87 of Eric Powers, Reagan Whitlock up here. And number 62, they're 3 wide back in here. There's Jeff Bright. I thought that he was pretty much out of the race because he had a poor pit stop. Well, he's found his way back into the top 10 in the number 3. Had a very slow pit stop in that machine, but he has moved his way up very significantly, and he might have fresher tires compared to everybody else. And if he does, that number 3 of Jeff Bright is definitely going to be a contender to win this race here at Atlanta. This race is closing down fast. Number 2 of Audra Baranowskis leading the field. It is going to be 7 laps to go this time by here in the Ritz Crackers 250. There goes the number 3, Jeff Bright, taking 3rd away from the 87 and the 13, and he's going to easily drive by the 98 of Salmon Oskin for 2nd. And I think this 3 of Jeff Bright's going to easily get around his teammate Audra Baranowskis for the lead. He must have taken 4 tires on the pit stop. Well, a lot of these guys must have taken 2 or maybe even no tires because that 3 is wicked fast. Jeff Bright in the number 3 looking to steal this one from everybody else in the Ritz Crackers 250. Now, it's the Ritz Crackers 250, but it's a 30-lap race. If this was going by my standards of how races are, the length of the races are, how that's all, figured out, this would actually be a 25-lap race if it was a 250. But instead, it's actually technically a 300. It's almost like the Ritz Crackers 300, but it's just 250. That's just the way he wanted it, and that's how it's going to be done. So it's still 5 laps to go for Jeff Bright in the number 3, but he has a very good chance of getting this win because he is pulling away from the rest of the field. And it looks like the strategy is going to play out pretty well for this number 3 team. Number 87 of Eric Powers running in 2nd. Audra Baranowskis is in 3rd. The 62 of Reagan Whitlock and Salmon Oskin rounds out the top 5. But Jeff Bright is out of here. Nobody alongside him. Nobody even in the frame. Well, as I say that, you see those guys battling for 2nd behind those guys. But, yeah, a 1-second lead right now for Jeff Bright. And it looks like this number 3 is going to get the victory. I apologize about my announcing. A lot of these names in this series are not names I'm used to. I really feel bad about Josh Raposito. I messed up your name so much in this race. It's just uncalled for. It really is. I'm sorry to everybody I messed up with. I mean, a lot of these names are not recognizable to me, and it takes me a while to get used to saying a name. So I'm sorry. But Jeff Bright's an easy name to say, and he's leading this race here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway and pulling away from the rest of the field here in the Ritz Crackers 250. It looks like it's going to be no contest here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and those fresh tires on that number 3 definitely paying dividends here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And he's gaining about half a second every single lap here now. 2-second lead for Jeff Bright. This is phenomenal. I've never seen this before. Keep in mind, the ratings are completely equal for everybody else. Of course, you know me. I always have to have the ratings equal for everybody else. And this is a little bit of a different strategy for Jeff Bright, and it's working out tremendously compared to everybody else. Jeff Bright's going to take the white flag here at Atlanta, and nobody is going to contest him for this one. It is now almost a 3-second lead. Jeff Bright almost gained a full second on the rest of the field that last lap. Unbelievable. But the number 3 of Jeff Bright, he's going to easily win this one here in the Ritz Crackers 250. Coming out at turn number 4, Jeff Bright wins at Atlanta in the Krispy Kreme Series. Second place going to be Samit Ozgen in the number 98. Number 17 of Luke Ryan. Haven't mentioned him yet. He's going to get third position. Number 43 of Joshua Mayfield. And the number 18 of Nathan Stapleton rounds out the top 5. Look at that. 3.9 second win there for Jeff Bright in that number 3. Though he must have had tires and everybody else must have gone fuel only. That's just the only reason. That's the only way we can explain what Jeff Bright just did. But how about that for the number 3 of Jeff Bright, getting the victory here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Samit Ozgen, Luke Ryan, Joshua Mayfield, Nathan Stapleton, Audra Baranowskis, Eric Powers, Reagan Whitlock, Brandon Gomez, and Nick Kennedy, the top 10 here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Take a look at the rest of the results, and a lot of guys finished a lap down, and a lot of those guys were the guys who probably did not take fuel on their pit stop. I don't understand why it's like that here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, but that's just the way it is sometimes. Eli Bright failed to finish, and of course Josh Urpasito in the number 74 crashed, went upside down, kind of midway through the race after winning at Daytona. But anyways, congratulations to Jeff Bright for getting the victory here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, pulling to a almost 4-second lead on second place. And he must have taken tires and everyone gone fuel only. You do not pull away like that and have the same strategy as everybody else, especially at a place like this. Atlanta, the racetrack's really worn out, and those tires are definitely very valuable, and that must have been what happened. That's the only way that anyone can explain it, that Jeff Bright got the victory here at Atlanta. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I apologize, the announcing on this one wasn't as good as the past one. I'm a little tired, I guess, but hey, you know, that's just how it is sometimes. But anyways, I apologize for getting your names mixed up. Like I said, you know, a lot of these names are not recognizable names for me, and I have a rhythm. Now, I know these names that, you know, like Tristan Allen, Reagan Whitlock, Nathan Stapleton, those are names I can easily remember. They've been racing on my channel for a long time, and I'm just used to saying them. But a lot of the other guys, I don't know who you are, and your names are completely foreign to me. I'll eventually get used to them as this season goes along, and I hope you guys don't get mad at me for messing up your names, because, you know, it takes me a while. I didn't practice too much before this either, though. So I guess that's my fault. Practice makes perfect, I guess. Anyways, congratulations to Jeff Bright for getting the victory here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and subscribe to Nathan Stapleton for more of these awesome races. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.